What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today we are back with our WrestleMania recap, covering WWE WrestleMania IX. You can check out WrestleMania 1 through 8 in the archives, but now you'll be able to hear from this crazy WrestleMania live in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was a Cesar party at Caesar's Palace. And we start out with a Toga Party. We have Jim Ross welcoming us to WrestleMania. Macho Man Randy Savage comes out in a Sudan with the Festin Virgils, is what they keep calling them. And then Bobby Heenan comes out riding a camel backwards. Fun stuff there. We have the Intercontinental Championship on the line first. The champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, with Luna Vachon making her debut, taking on Tatanka with Sensational Sherry in his corner. This is a decent match, a good match to open the card. Shawn Michaels ends up pulling the referee out of the ring and hits a fallaway slam. Tatanka hits a fallaway slam, but before the match can be found out, the referee counts out Shawn Michaels, and Tatanka gets the win. After Luna attacks Sherry, nails a body slam and kicks Sherry on the floor. I gave this match a 6 out of 10. It was a great match for Shawn Michaels to have. Could have been better, but decent opener. Next, we have the Steiner Brothers taking on the Headshrinkers with Alpha. Decent tag action between these two. Scott gets the win after a Frankensteiner on Samu, and he gets a 3 count. The Steiner Brothers get the victory. I gave that match a 5 out of 10. Decent tag action. First time we get to see the Steiner Brothers at WrestleMania. The only time we see them together at WrestleMania, and it was a good tag match. Headshrinkers were good. Decent action. Next, we have Crush taking on Doink the Clown. This match was decent as well, but could have been better. During the match, Doink goes under the ring, and then he hits Crush, lands a spinning heel kick, and then another Doink appears, and that Doink hits Crush in the back with a fake arm. The two Doinks pretend to do this little mirror act, and then Doink pins Crush to get the win. I gave that match a 3 out of 10 because there was some action, but not enough for me to really enjoy it. Next, you see Razor Ramon defeating Bob Backlund after a roll-up. I gave that a 2 out of 10 because there really wasn't much action there. Good debut for Razor Ramon to see him get the victory, but easy match for him to win. Next, we have the tag titles on the line. The tag team champions Money Inc. taking on Brutus, the Barber, Beefcake, and Hulk Hogan with Jimmy Hart. Both Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake got an injury before this match. Beefcake is wearing a mask, and Hulk has a messed up eye. Jimmy Hart puts on the referee jacket after Hogan nails a leg drop to Ted DiBiase, and he counts to 3. Hogan and Brutus celebrate with the titles, but the second referee gives the belts back to Money Inc., saying that match was won by disqualification. After Hogan and Brutus attack Money Incorporated, Jimmy Hart tosses the referee to the floor, and then they take Money in the Bank, Money Inc.'s briefcase, and they give the money to fans. I gave that a 2 out of 10. Really nothing good here, just basic tag action. Next, we see Natalie Cole in that she gets interviewed in the crowd. She's excited for WrestleMania. We have our next match, Mr. Perfect taking on the Narcissist Lex Luger. This is a great match. I really enjoyed Mr. Perfect's work. Both men fight to the backside. Fights do a backslide. Lex ends up hitting a backslide, but Mr. Perfect gets his feet on the ropes. However, the referee doesn't see this, and Lex Luger gets the victory. I give that a 7 out of 10 because it was a good match and a lot of action between the two. After the match, Lex Luger nails Mr. Perfect with the forearm, and Perfect is out cold. Next, we have Mr. Perfect fighting in their garage with Lex Luger. Shawn Michaels attacks Mr. Perfect in the back and tosses him into boxes and trash cans. So it looks like Shawn Michaels' next rivalry will be with Mr. Perfect. Next, we have the Giant Gonzalez with Harvey Wippleman versus the Undertaker with Paul Bearer. This match was not good. Giant Gonzalez could barely move. The end comes when Gonzalez grabs a towel with ether on it. He headbutts Paul Heyman, and he puts the towel on Undertaker's face. Taker gets the win by DQ. After officials check on Taker, and then Giant chokeslams the referee. Undertaker revives, comes back out, and attacks Giant Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting 3 clotheslines, sending Giant Gonzalez to the floor. So I gave that match a 3 out of 10. Wasn't Taker's best match, but it was only because he was dealing with Giant Gonzalez. We see fans in the crowd wearing togas. They're excited. We've made it to our main event. The WWE Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart, defending against Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji in Yoko's corner. This was a decent match. The end comes when Bret Hart exposes the pad. He sends Yokozuna in the corner and applies a sharpshooter. But then Mr. Fuji tosses salt in Bret's eyes, and Yokozuna pins Bret Hart to become the new WWE Champion. I gave that match a 5 out of 10. Good action between the two, but nothing great. After Hulk Hogan comes out and Bret tells him to defend his honor, Mr. Fuji tells Hulk Hogan that Yoko wants to defend the title at WrestleMania. So we have the new WWE champion Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji defending against Hulk Hogan. Fuji accidentally throws salt in Yoko's eyes. Hogan nails a big boot and a leg drop, and Hulk Hogan is our new WWE champion to end WrestleMania 9. This will be Hulk Hogan's last WrestleMania until WrestleMania 18. So a good way to see him go out. All in all, though, this was a decent show. A lot of action, better action than before. I give this WrestleMania 9 a 7 out of 10. The best matches on this card were Mr. Perfect versus Lex Luger, Shawn Michaels and Tatanka, and Yokozuna and Bret Hart. With that, we'll be dropping WrestleMania 10. I can't believe I've covered 10 WrestleManias so far. We're entering the new generation era, and I'm excited. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Stay notified when new content comes out. We'll be dropping our Attitude Years, our regular recap, Royal Rumbles coming up soon. But as far as WrestleMania 10 is next. Till next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.